Have you ever felt like your life has been shattered into pieces? Like no matter how much you try to hold it together, the brokenness just seems too deep to mend? It could be the pain of relationships that ended in heartbreak, the weight of past mistakes, or the disappointments that life has thrown your way. Let me remind you today, no matter how broken you feel, you are not beyond repair. God is the master craftsman who turns shattered lives into masterpieces. In Psalm chapter 147 verse 3, the word tells us, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. What a comforting promise. God doesn't dismiss your pain or ask you to just move on. Instead, He meets you in the middle of your broken pieces and starts His healing work. Think of a skilled potter with clay. No crack is beyond his ability to restore. In fact, He often uses the most fractured parts of our story to reflect His greatest glory. Take the Apostle Peter, for example. Talk about brokenness. Peter is someone who boldly claimed loyalty to Jesus, saying he would never deny Him. But when pressure came, Peter denied Jesus not once, not twice, but 3 times. John chapter 18 verses 15 through 27. Imagine the shame and regret Peter must have felt. Have you ever been there? So certain of your faith or your intentions, only to fall short? Yet, Jesus didn't leave Peter in his brokenness. Instead, after His resurrection, Jesus lovingly restored Peter and even commissioned him to lead His church. John chapter 21 verses 15 through 19. That's divine restoration, taking a broken vessel and repurposing it for greater use. Now let's talk about how God restores us. First, restoration begins with surrender. It's recognizing that you can't heal on your own. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 through 6 reminds us, Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. When you stop trying to glue the pieces of your life back together in your strength and hand them over to God, you make room for Him to do what only He can do. Second, God often uses waiting in the process of healing. It's not always immediate, and this can test your faith. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 encourages us, But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Waiting on God doesn't mean inaction. It means actively trusting that He's working behind the scenes, stitching the pieces of your life into something beautiful. And finally, God's restoration often includes a new purpose. Look at the story of Joseph in Genesis. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused, imprisoned, his life seemed irreparably broken. Yet, in Genesis chapter 50 verse 20, Joseph could say to his brothers, You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. God not only restores, but He uses our restoration to bless others. Your scars tell a story, a testimony of God's faithfulness that can inspire and encourage those around you. If you're struggling with brokenness today, I encourage you to lay it all before God in prayer. Don't hide the pain, the shame, or the doubts. Bring it to Him, trusting in His unfailing love. Psalm chapter 34 verse 18 reminds us, The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Let that truth sink deep into your soul. He is near, closer than you could imagine. As you walk this journey of healing, surround yourself with godly community. Sometimes restoration happens through the encouragement of others who remind you of God's promises. Dive into His Word and meditate on the truths that speak directly to your heart. And remember, healing is a process. It's okay to journey through it at the pace God sets for you. Before we close, let me leave you with this thought. Your brokenness is not the end of your story. In fact, with God, it can be the very chapter that leads to your greatest purpose. Trust Him enough to place the pieces of your life in His hands. There's beauty coming from your ashes, for that is who our God is, a God of restoration, redemption, and renewal.